Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Wazir Ashraf bin Mat Suhaimi. In this video, I will be representing about my final year project on RFID antenna system with push notification. For this presentation, I have divided into 6 chapters, which can we see from the overview. It will cover from Chapter 1, Introduction, Chapter 2, Literature Review, Methodology, System Requirement and Design, Implementation and Testing, and finally, the conclusion. Without delay, let's continue to Chapter 1, which is the introduction. As we know, an attendance system is an important part of the school management infrastructure. Teachers use attendance system to check student attendance. From this record, teachers can give attendance mark to students that will be included in their report card. This report card will be viewed by parents to see their child performance at school. In the bigger aspect, an attendance system is used to calculate staff working hour that will generate their salary. So, if a company has a bad attendance system, it can cause miscalculation to give salary, and this will affect the company budget. Throughout this project, I have identified some problem background. Firstly, primary school nowadays still using conventional way of taking attendance, which is teacher will call student name and tick them from a piece of attendance paper, as this method is very energy and time consumed. It also not eco-friendly because this attendance paper is printed on paper that costs to cut tree. It also provides an inefficient attendance data management, as this attendance paper will be compiled into a file and the file will be stored at a cabinet and can cause misplaced if need to be rechecked. Lastly, unsupervised children might be in danger and tend to skip school. There will be 3 objectives for this project. First, to provide an efficient way of recording student attendance and also as proof for parents knowing their children arrived to school safely. Next, to develop and design a modern attendance system that implements RFID technology with secure web integrated platform. Lastly, to test the effectiveness of this new system by observing the percentage rate of missing students and those who skipping school. For the scope, this RFID attendance system is more focused to be implemented at school. As we know, nowadays primary school still using conventional way to take attendance. Second, attendance record history can later be rechecked to search the time and date if any problem occur. The suitability of using RFID in school that involves some amount of cost while developing and maintaining it. Fourth, the method of sending student attendance system through push notification. Lastly, the RFID reader will be installed for every gate, not only the main gate. This will cause flexibility and data accuracy when students leaving from other than the main gate. Now, let's move on to Chapter 2, which is the literature review. As explained before, current school attendance system, teacher will call student name on printed paper. Later, this paper will be a reference for teacher to fill in the APDM system. Aplikasi Panggilan Data Murid is provided by Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri as a record for the government to store student attendance record. As we can see, this method is very energy and time consuming, as teacher need to manually copy the attendance paper to fill in the APDM system. Next, we'll be discussing about the technology use. RFID card is used for the student tag that will be tapped to the RFID reader, as this tag or card deliver a high frequency bandwidth. It is a passive type that don't need any power supply or batteries. This card is cheaper and flexible. for the RFID reader that will send the radio signal for student to scan the RFID tag, and from this reader, data can be converted into readable form that will be stored in the database and be used in the web system. For the microcontroller, the module non-MCU ESP32 will be used as it can be configured for many functions. Moreover, it is more powerful than the Arduino because it has built-in Wi-Fi module, and this can be easily connected using USB to power on. The cable also can be easily found because it uses USB Type A cable. Next, Telegram API will send push notification to parents. This API acts similar way as receiving SMS. It is less cost because it can send message just with the connection to the internet. For the development kit, I will be using php-my-admin to create the database that will be integrated to the web system, as this tool support MySQL and MariaDB. For the PHP and HTML code, I will be developing using Sublime Text, as this tool support the integration between Arduino IDE and Telegram API that can be created to embedded code in connecting all the function. For Arduino IDE, I will be using to develop the function in non-MCU ESP32. This Arduino IDE uses C++ to compile their operation. It also contains many libraries that can be integrated, such as the ESP32 library and the RFID reader library. It also supports third-party library that can be used for Telegram API. Next, I will be explaining about the network element in this project. It is NGROC, as this application allows cross-platform from local development server to the internet. It makes locally hosted web server to be hosted on a subdomain of NGROC that allow the connection over HTTP as shown in the figure above. I use NGROC to test the web system response and ease the process of send and receive RFID from Arduino and IDE, as response is conducted real time so that if any error occurs, I can refer for the code that shows the failure of the HTTP response. In addition, NGROC is used as client server to send HTTP response between the Telegram API and web system. It is compulsory so that when students scan the attendance system, their data will be sent real time to the push notification in Telegram. For the security element, I implemented password bcrypt into the database that enable password hashing when storing data in the database. This method is used to encrypt the admin password that is stored in the php-my-admin. Next, for chapter 3, we will be discuss about the methodology that will be used in this project. This project uses an agile method under the iterative incremental model. As we can see from the figure below, every iteration is made to perform enhancement to the functionality. Every iteration is done until the final system will be ensured to have all user requirements before proceeding to the final report. In chapter 4, I will be explain about the system requirement and design. Firstly, for the use case, we can see that there will be three actors, that is student, parents and teacher. Student can scan the RFID card from the reader, and then the attendance system will be sent to the database that will be used in the web system. In the same time, the attendance will be sent push notification to parents via the Telegram app. For teacher also act as an admin for the system. Admin can check the student record and remove, add or update student info that will be shown furthermore in the system demo. Next is the entity relationship diagram, or also called as ERD. There is 4 main database that will be created in this project. Firstly, for student, they will contain data such as student ID or the card access, student name, class, year and gender. All these dataset will also be shared into the attendance record, as when students scan their attendance, their date, time in will be recorded when they arrive in school. Students also need to scan their attendance once again when they are leaving the school to record their time out. For parents' data, they will only need student ID, student name and parent telegram to send telegram when their children is leaving or arriving school. For teacher, they can log in into the system by using admin email, password and their name as the person who in charge of using the web system. Next, we will continue to the architecture design that is built in developing this RFID attendance system. First of all, student will scan their attendance card to the RFID reader that is attached to the Node MCU ESP32 module. This Node MCU ESP32 is connected through the internet connection and receive the student card to send it to the server and database. From the database, the student ID and information will be used to display in the web-based system. This web-based system can show the student information, time in and time out. There are also many functions that can be done by admin in this web-based system. Next, from the system, student name and ID will be sent to the Telegram API. Each time students scan their RFID card to the RFID reader. This process is run simultaneously. Next slide will be the attachment for circuit diagram of ESP32 module connected with the RFID scanner. This will be the circuit diagram implementation, as the RFID device is put in a box for a better view of the end product. Same goes to the RFID card that is put in a card holder that can be attached to a lanyard. Let's continue to chapter 5. I will be explaining about system analysis and design. In this chapter, there will be 3 different test phases that will be conducted, which is the black box testing, white box testing and user acceptance testing. From this table, I have listed some of the main functions that can be done by the admin, which are login, add, update and delete student, export log attendance into Excel file, and add device or change the device mode. Basically, this black box testing is used to compare the test flow that will be used for the user between the expected result. More explanation on black box testing will be included in my report. Next, we will continue to chapter 6, which is the conclusion. In this chapter, I will explain more about the project achievement, by correlating the developed system with the objective proposed from the PSM1. By having this RFID attendance system, we can successfully achieve an efficient and secure way of taking attendance using RFID card with Telegram to send message for acknowledged parent when their children arrive or leaving school. Second, this system provides a modern way of taking attendance using RFID technology and a secure web system with encryption method, as explained before. Lastly, by having a push notification function that can notify parent when student attend school will give the student an awareness to not skip school, because if student did not come to school, they cannot scan their attendance at the RFID gate, so their parents will not get the notification message that can be assumed as the student are not arrived or they are skipping school. Next, I will discuss more about the feature improvement. This improvement can enhance my developing system to a better RFID attendance system. Firstly, for adding a dashboard into the index page that display monthly pie chart for student attendance to give more interesting display for teacher that have been provided in a graphical method. Second, to add a grade list function so system can notify parents when grade list is given out by the school. So, rather than waiting for their children to give the grade list to parents, parents can know the grade list earlier. Lastly, to add e-wallet function into the card RFID that will be integrated with the school canteen to achieve a cashless payment. This can add more function and the card can be more useful other than scan attendance. So that's all for my presentation for this RFID attendance system project. More explanation about system will be in the video demo. Thank you.